So YouTube is in a sad state as it's been overtaken by degenerates and pedos. Every other day a new creator is exposed. Most are just allegations, but a lot of them are pretty damning. Kris Tyson being one of the most recent ones. I say one of because by the time I finish this video, there'll be another one. Kris Tyson is one of Mrbeast's best friends, who was in the news last year for coming out as trans, and is back in the news for some crazy allegations, like being into some weird shit, like being a fan of Shadman. That one actually isn't an allegation, there's proof of that, and that should be damning enough, as he's a guy who I guess draws sick shit with kids in it. And there's messages from Kris saying shit like Shadman will love this, and he even went as far as hanging up one of this guy's pictures in his house, so he's a mega fan of this guy. You'd have to be to want to hang up one of his pictures in your house. A guy who drew pictures that depicted real minors like Keemstar's daughter, which is a crime in the US, and yet he still has a channel on YouTube and isn't in prison. But it doesn't end there, that's just where it starts. It gets even weirder as this obsession that he has with cartoon porn was then apparently shared with a fan who was only 14 at the time, and the two had back and forth conversations about this obsession, and these conversations got increasingly more disturbing, where this person, Lava, who was 14, donated money so that Kris would share nudes with him, and after saying he sent the money, Kris then said to this child, "I posted some fire nudes for you, please don't share." So if that's not the most disgusting shit you've heard this week, you're having a bad week. What the fuck is wrong with these fucking scumbags that think that they can talk to kids this way, even in the most charitable sense that this was a joke, which is what Lava later claims? This is still weird and should be looked into, and in the worst sense, he should be shot. Lava himself has stated on Twitter recently that nothing ever happened between him and Kris, and that he wasn't exploited, and when he met Kris, he was with his parents. This person is older now, but that's the thing. When you're that age, you probably don't think that this kind of thing is inappropriate, so when you're remembering back to that time, you probably think that it's just innocent, but you also don't know the intentions of someone. So even if this never amounted to anything, joking about grooming a child to the child isn't really a joke. That's beyond creepy and weird. You might not feel like a victim, but that doesn't make it any less inappropriate. But that's worth mentioning that Lava is saying that nothing beyond these messages ever happened. The allegations don't stop there, but before we can even get to that, whenever someone gets called out for this, some idiot YouTuber has to die on the hill of defending them. It's fine to be skeptical, but that doesn't mean that you defend them with all your being. And so this time it's the biggest retard on the internet, Ethan is online, the guy who hates Alex Rosen, who is a pedo hunter. Even though the guy has a decent record of catching these predators, he fucked up the EDP case, which is worth pointing out, but this guy does work with law enforcement now, so there's nothing you can really critique this guy for. He's doing the right thing, but apparently not to internet weirdos. And Ethan's defense of this behavior is that it happened 7 years ago, so that makes it okay, I guess.
Ava used to like... Stop skipping? No, because the synopsis of the video is Ava used to like Shadman in 2017. I don't need to look at a bunch of his fucking Nazi pedophile art to go fucking figure that out. That's gross. A fucking dog shit video. So bad. Such an awful, fucking terribly formatted video. Literally the worst fucking YouTube video I've seen in a long time. Literally just to be like, Mrbeast's friend 7 years ago had some inappropriate tweets that were a really bad look. You're avoiding the video? That's the whole point. What am I avoiding? What am I avoiding? Didn't, like, most of the internet at the time fuck with Shadman? Yes. For some reason, yes. He was very popular. It's fucking gross. This was a completely different time. I was in high school when this happened. I had no idea who fucking Mrbeast was, and neither did Mrbeast. He wasn't even around. What are you saying? Only weird that videos like this only came up after she came out as trans? Yeah. Quite literally reinvented herself since then in multiple different ways. I don't know if you've noticed.
As if time matters. Sure, he can't be charged for anything because that time has passed. If anything did happen, that is. But that's not the argument he's making. He's saying it doesn't matter at all because it happened so long ago, as if that changes who this person is or how they interacted with a kid. Ethan doesn't understand even the most basic critiques that people have of this person. Instead, Ethan is more upset that someone is misgendering Kris than anything Kris actually did, which is completely insane. How can you defend this kind of behavior? Is it because this person is trans? Who gives a fuck how they identify? This is disgusting no matter who you are. This guy might be worse than Sneeko, as Sneeko had to create that fake narrative to defend Dr. Sniffencheck, where he said that the victim was 17, which would still be fucked up even if that was true, and it's fucked up that he would have to make that shit up just to defend someone, since we don't actually know anything about this person. But this guy is acknowledging the claims and saying that they don't matter at the same time. Just say how you feel. I'm really waiting for this guy's expose. If you're an adult, you can't talk to kids like this, which is obvious to everyone but Ethan, and this dude is digging himself a deeper hole the more he talks about these topics. He already has a crazy track record with this subject matter, and at a certain point, you can't blame people for thinking that you might also be a weirdo. This guy seems to be wrong about everything he ever talks about. It doesn't matter how many dramas he gets in, he always looks more insane. But enough with the retard, because that's not where the allegations end for Kris. I had trouble finding this. I'm just going to show Mudaha from Some Ordinary Gamer's video on this, because he found some allegations from even more people.
Another individual, a different individual that was 14 years of age, came out and showcased a Snapchat conversation with them and Kris Tyson. So immediately looking into this situation, you can see that Ava Kris Tyson over here, they actually have a video recording showing an actual Snapchat account. So of course, as you open this video up and you actually zoom in, you can see Tyson, well, let me actually get this is actually a little bit blurry. So Tyson Nos YT, okay? 202,000 followers, vlogger, and so on and so forth. They're there to showcase actual messages, for instance. Been stepped up, lol. Thanks, Dad, LOL. Keep it a secret, though, LOL. What exactly is a secret? Let me read this. Hey, I don't know if you heard about my bathwater prank and how crazy it's gone, but my stock is actually sold out at the moment. I believe this is in reference to, I think it's Belle Delphine, or, you know, one of the gamer girls' bathwater stuff right over there. You know, things that you probably shouldn't be discussing with somebody who is under the age of 18. At least I would think. Now, of course, being that this is, again, a video, even if it is a video, I can't exactly 100% verify these messages, right? This is, again, allegation stuff. But it's pretty serious, okay? You know, if people are willing to talk about people like Cody Ko, Dr. Disrespect, then these are things that, again, we all have to cover, especially when we're dealing with one of the largest channels on YouTube. So, again, looking at some of these messages, you got emojis. Of course, Dad. This is the best Snapchat I've ever seen.
Like he says, it can't be verified, but definitely is serious and shouldn't be ignored. Messages like thanks dad and sending kissy face emojis to a minor is fucking disgusting. And that's just one of the people he found. There's more. There's another one where Kris was saying explicit shit in a group chat that had at least one minor in it.
I know, dude, I would inside of that egg and then watch her eat it and then watch her have with another man while she comments about how my can never satisfy her.
These accusations seem to be piling up. Each message should be taken seriously, but it should also be pointed out that theoretically these could be fake. But this one is verifiable though. It isn't about kids, so finally something unrelated to kids. Kris used to have a YouTube channel called TysonBoy34. Mrbeast even commented on one of these videos. It's still around, but the video isn't, where they shared a link to Jeanette McCurdy's nudes, so they were spreading revenge porn on YouTube when he was about 18 and claiming that he doesn't condone that kind of behavior at the same time.
How's it going, you guys? So, recently everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photos, and I know a lot of people were wondering about it, so I decided to do this little video to my 20 subscribers that may care, may not care, and if you guys are watching, thank you for watching it. But first off, what the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out, and she is a very popular Nickelodeon star on the show iCarly and Sam and Cat, and so first off, what she'll probably be seeing is the pulling of the show. It'll probably be taken off the air. Second off, you'll probably see the photos get taken down at some point tonight, maybe tomorrow, because Nickelodeon has that kind of power. But the link's in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that you know, people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it. First off, what I have to say though is that when you look on the news, you see people, they've leaked nudes from their girlfriend at a high school, and that girl kills herself. it's a tragic story. Everybody calls the guy a bully. But yeah, when people like Perez Hilton do it, it's considered entertainment.
So no matter how you spin this person is a piece of shit and scum of the earth, and the deeper you dig, the crazier it gets. Now, Kris Tyson has come out and apologised for her behaviour, saying, sorry if I hurt anyone, blah blah blah, generic YouTube apology bullshit. But they also state that they're stepping away from the Mrbeast channel, which makes me wonder if this was their decision or if it was Mrbeast's. This all could be a stain on his reputation, but considering who he is in this space, even if he was somehow aware of any of this, there wouldn't be any consequences for this. But there you go, another YouTuber bites the fucking dust.